Yes, dear friends, I have important news to share with all of you today. New debit card stimulus payments are expected to be sent out to millions of Americans. Payments worth up to $1,000 have been approved. Lawmakers have announced that starting this week, checks will begin going out. Friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video because I will be sharing with you new deposit dates for these stimulus checks. I will also be giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos. And also comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. Remember, friends, that the more videos that you leave a comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. During the months of October, November, and December, I will be surprising several of you with $200 gift cards, especially to those of you that have been in this community for several months. It's a simple way of saying thank you so very much for being here every day. As the U.S. economy came roaring back after one of the deepest but shortest recessions in U.S. history, the disruptions caused by the crisis and other world events has driven inflation to its highest level in over 40 years, while the clip of rising prices slowed in the latest Consumer Price Index report. At an interannual rate of 8.2% in September, American households are still reeling. The high cost of living has prompted states across the nation to approve sending tax refunds or stimulus checks as relief from high prices. And these checks, some of which are going out in Republican-led states, come as many GOP leaders have tried to blame high inflation on stimulus checks that Democrats passed in Congress of March 2021 through the American Rescue Plan. So friends, if you are still waiting for a California stimulus payment, you might not have to wait much longer. While direct deposit payments began on October 7th, a second round of payments by debit card is expected to start this week. More direct deposit payments are scheduled to go out between October 28th and November 14th. The one-time California stimulus payments, formerly known as middle-class tax refunds, range from $200 to $1,050, depending on the filing status and income that's reported on your 2020 California tax return and whether you have any dependent. But if you qualify for a payment, if you filed a 2020 California income tax return by October 15, 2021, you also cannot be claimed as a dependent on anyone else's 2020 tax return. Also, dear friends, in the state of Illinois, taxpayers who earn less than $200,000 in 2021 will receive a $50 refund. Couples filing jointly with income less than $400,000 a year can also claim $100. So in total, a family of 4 can receive up to $300. In the state of Indiana, the legislature also approved sending $200 to residents. And according to state officials, no forms need to be submitted to receive the payment. Friends, the key word for this video is Mount Vancouver. If you would like to enter the next Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below this keyword, which is Mount Vancouver, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you're also subscribed to my channel. For those with student debt, the last few months has definitely been confusing. First, President Biden said in August that he would be forgiving up to $20,000 for millions of borrowers. But before much celebrating could happen, Republicans brought a slew of challenges to the policy, leaving it in jeopardy even as the application for the relief went live. Since mid-October, 22 million Americans have applied for forgiveness. Yet, the biggest setback for the Biden administration's sweeping plan came this past Friday, when a U.S. appeals court temporarily blocked it from moving forward. In September of this year, attorney generals from Republican-led states such as Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, and South Carolina sued the Biden administration in an effort to stop its plan to cancel hundreds of billions of dollars in student debt. U.S. District Judge Henry Autry in St. Louis ruled earlier this month that while states had raised important and significant challenges to the debt relief plan, they ultimately lacked legal standing to pursue the case. The 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals granted the state's emergency petition, leaving the Biden administration unable to start forgiving any student debt for now. The GOP-led states are accusing the U.S. president of overstepping his authority. The Education Department, in order to protect its broader loan forgiveness policy, has now said that FFEL borrowers need to have consolidated their loans by the end of September in order to be eligible. They can no longer do so to qualify. According to CBS News, all the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals did on Friday was freeze the president's plan until it decides whether or not to keep the plan on hold for the duration of the state's appeal. But friends, the U.S. Department of Education is urging student loan borrowers to carry on seeking its relief. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said in an official statement this week, "Tonight's temporary order does not prevent borrowers from applying for student debt relief. It also does not prevent us from reviewing these applications and preparing them for transmission to loan servicers." So dear friends, what are your thoughts on this? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my greatest and beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me here every time I post a new video. Friends, I'll be announcing a winner for the $75 Walmart gift card very soon. So please make sure that you enter as many keywords in the comment section below of each video that you watch. And do stay tuned, friends, for that video. Thank you and have a wonderful and blessed day.
And less reliable. We've seen the same California Democrats who spent years pushing their citizens to buy expensive electric cars now begging the public not to plug them in. And even as California teeters on the brink of an energy crisis of European proportions, Washington Democrats are pushing the rest of the country in the very same risky direction. They made their signature priority for this year spending even more of the people's money to take us even farther in the wrong direction, even faster. Last month, our Democratic colleagues rammed through a gigantic party line bill that raises taxes on reliable domestic American energy in order to subsidize wealthy people buying electric cars or fancy new appliances. Every Democratic senator cast a deciding vote for that reckless spending spree. That includes the senior senator for West Virginia, who claims he only did so because the Democratic leader promised him that Democrats would line up behind permitting reform to make it easier to build things and complete projects in our country. But now, very predictably, this backroom deal is crumbling before our eyes. Almost 60 days after our colleague from West Virginia gave up his vote for this vague promise, it still appears that far left and House Democrats want no part of this backroom deal that they didn't sign on to. As for the Republican side, our colleague, Senator Capito, has put forward a real, actual, substantive permitting reform bill that would make the common sense changes our country needs. Senator Capito's substitute bill stands in stark contrast to what every indication thus far suggests will be weak reform and name-only legislation from her home state colleague. As luck would have it, Senator Capito's real plan is also closer to passing the Senate than Senator Manchin's reform and name-only plan. Senator Manchin recently told reporters that his version may need 20 Republican votes to become